Hello. So it's 1 month before my 1.5 year mark on testosterone. Today is September 4th, 2014, and we got a message. This is just a side note, but gay marriage is finally legalized in Indiana. It just went through the 7th Circuit Court. And the reason I bring that up is since the last time we spoke, I legally got my name changed on May 19th. It went through. They could not amend my birth certificate because it's from Texas. So my ID, my social security card, all that's male, and all that says Daniel. Shortly after that was in May. In June, there was a 3-day window that gay marriage was legal before they sent for the appeals. And because of my transgender status, I went during those 3 days and I married my now wife, Christina, that I've been with. It'll be 6 years this month. And I was one of the first couples I went on the very first day. I left work early and started crying to get home, and I popped down on one knee and asked her to marry me, and she did say yes, so here we are. I went to Gen Con. That's great. But I had my consultation with Dr. Garamoni down in Florida. I had my phone consultation with him. And I made a commitment to have my top surgery done May 15th of 2015. So in exactly 37 weeks, I will be breast free. I also, in August, I went back to school for the first time in 10 years. This is my 2nd week I completed. And I finally went back for something that I wanted to do. I'm going back to school to be a personal trainer. And it's been a whirlwind of 5 months. But I feel unstoppable. I'm finally where I was supposed to be for years. I am back in school for something I love. I'm finally going to get my surgery. And I couldn't be happier. And I think it's just kind of surreal because I finally got the message that the appeals went through and gay marriage is now legal in Indiana. And it's one of those days where you don't see very many of them. You don't. And I don't know how to describe it. Everything's been falling into place for me recently. I've been doing phenomenal at my job. I love my job. That's the first time I've said that in years. I love my job. I'm an analyst. And I look forward to going in every day. And I don't know, it's just surreal right now. Not that long ago, I had a talk with my mother, and for those that don't know, me and her didn't get along for a very long time. We even had a falling out. When I came out as trans, she ruined my birthday and told me I gave birth to a girl. And I didn't speak to her for 6 months until she showed up on my doorstep at 2 a.m. one morning crying, saying, "I want you to be my son." We've took a lot of steps to get where we are now, to where we can talk. Not that long ago, I got a haircut where my back of my hair was shaved pretty close, and I have a scar back here that became pretty visible, and she did that years ago. She saw it and she said, "Well, how'd you do that?" I said, "You really don't know. You don't remember." She apparently is really good at repressing things, and we had a talk, and she came to terms with that she was a shitty parent.
An abusive parent.
She was really abusive, and she came to terms with that. She apologized profusely. And she said it all makes sense now because when you were 7.5, nearly 8, I was originally diagnosed with GID, gender identity dysphoria. But I was seen by a military doctor that told my mother to take all my boy things away, take my boy clothes away, take my boy toys away, and force me to live as a female. Well...
And it would cure it.
And it would cure it. That he was convinced it would cure it. Well, years later, guess what? She did all that. My mother did all that. She followed it to the T, and she made my life a holy hell. All it did was serve to send me into severe depression for many years. At 28 years old, I'm 30 now, at 28 years old, I didn't want to live anymore. Not a lot of people will admit that, not a lot of people will talk about that, but it's the truth. I got to a point where I couldn't look in the mirror anymore, and I was actually planning on dying because I couldn't take it anymore. And I had enough, and I took steps to where I am now. I finally transitioned, I saw a counselor, and being myself now, I'm finally happy. And that's what my mother said. Even she recognized that she always said I had a depression issue and she didn't know what it was. But now she fully supports me just to see me happy, and she even went so far as to give me half of the funds for my surgery. So I couldn't be happier. My life's in a really good place finally. And I hope to see you soon.